The quiet king of Chicago, the untouchable Tony Accardo. In 1978, a group of burglars made the biggest mistake of their lives. They broke into a house in River Forest, a quiet Chicago suburb. Inside, they stole jewelry, cash, and even a few boxes of fine cigars. They had no idea whose home they had just violated. That home belonged to Tony Accardo, the man Al Capone once called his best enforcer. Accardo wasn't just another mobster. He was the mobster, the man who survived Capone, outlasted every regime change in the Chicago outfit, and ruled the underworld longer than anyone before or after him. A week after the burglary, 7 men turned up dead across Chicago. Some were shot, others strangled. One was found stuffed in a car trunk. The police could never prove a link, but everyone in the city knew Tony Accardo's house had been avenged. And yet, through it all, Accardo never raised his voice. He didn't make threats. He didn't even step outside his home. He simply sat in his chair, lit a cigar, and read the morning paper, while his reputation did the talking. Unlike Capone, who thrived on headlines and chaos, Accardo ran things like a CEO. He replaced brute force with business structure, casinos, slot machines, construction companies, vending machines, all under his quiet control. He turned the Chicago mob from a gang into an enterprise. They called him Joe Batters, a nickname Capone gave him for the way he handled problems, decisively and permanently. But over time, Accardo didn't need bats or bullets. His name alone was enough. He built an empire of fear through silence. No one ever saw him give an order, yet people disappeared. He understood the power of patience, of listening, of being the calmest man in a violent room, and that's what made him terrifying. Tony Accardo lived to be 86 years old. He never went to prison. He never faced a shootout. He never fell from power. When he died in 1992, peacefully, in the same city he'd ruled for half a century, it felt almost poetic. The man who once kept Chicago trembling slipped quietly into history. No spotlight, no headlines, just silence, because Tony Accardo had spent his entire life proving one lesson: the loudest man in the room is usually the weakest. He never chased fear, he simply let it come to him.